Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to episode 31 of our Behind the MasterMinds. And today our special guests are Anuj and Orsi
from Enigma Fellowship.
But before we introduce them, let's announce the raffle winner for episode 29 of our show with Green Door Labs. We had a wonderful time enjoying a 1940s radio show while playing some puzzles along the way. And are you ready for yours? Who is the lucky winner to win this digital copy of their radio adventure game called Club Drosselmeyer in
1943 by Green Door Labs. Here we go. That is.
Oh, it's Melinda. Andreas.
Congratulations, Melinda. Yes, great game. Great game.
There's a lot of
Make
fun.
sure you break out a glass of wine or something while you're playing that, because you can have music playing, you get the puzzle, and
then you might start dancing as well.
Yeah. All right, so let's get this party started.
All right, so, and here we go.
Wait. Oh, hold on. We can't use that. I feel like we just violated a copyright issue there by saying that phrase, because Nick from Escapes has coined that phrase while GMing. If you haven't visited the voting portal for our Bullseye Player's Choice finalists to see who will win this year's Grandmaster Game Master of the Year award yet, please check out our website and the video submissions on our YouTube channel and give your favorite Game Master a like and a comment on their video. That'll count as 2 votes. And while you're on your website, remember to check out the voting portal the finalists for the in-person escape rooms, the remote escape rooms, the online games, and the tabletop game categories. That one you can submit 1 vote per category per day. The voting portals for both of these events will end on December 25th at midnight Eastern Time, and the winners will be announced during our Bullseye Awards ceremony show, which
show is pretty exciting.
It airs on December 30th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and
because there's like a lot of performers, and we just announced like a ton of raffle prizes from these amazing top winners from our Player's Choice Awards. So
and it's 1 vote equals 1 raffle entry. So.
So if you keep voting every day, you're probably going to win one of those prizes for sure.
Absolutely. All right, so here we go.
Anuj is a computer science background and has his toes dipped in networking, robotics, underwater acoustic communications, and turned entrepreneur with 2 startups. Big time techie, or is it Trekkie?
Probably both, techie and Trekkie.
Every Marvel and inspired by Tintin from a very early age, which led him to pretty much a travel junkie.
Ooh.
That's us.
Yeah.
Addicted to puzzles, escape rooms, and mysteries, makes up for storytellers extraordinary part of Enigma Fellowship.
Yes.
And Orsi?
And Orsi's second part of the name pronounced like she. Right? Just want to get the thumbs up? Yeah? Okay. She is a software engineer, currently working with databases, loves to notice patterns in everything. She enjoys cooking, photography, and all kinds of detective stories and mysteries, as such escape rooms. Since the last 12 years, Orsi has been sharing the marvelous adventures of Anuj, travel books, movies, and such. First escape game was a birthday present for Anuj, and it was pretty much the last thing which finally pushed us over the edge to share our mystery game ideas with people around the world. Since the lockdown, we avoided escape rooms, and that there must be others, as well who do as much miss them a lot, like we do.
Yeah.
So that is why we finally came up with Enigma Fellowship.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they finally came up with Enigma Fellowship.
I know. This one hasn't been sleeping for the past few days, so sorry for all the gibberish.
And to drink our drink today.
We might have started already.
We already started drinking a while ago. Eric's like, I didn't win. But I'm like, Eric, I didn't see your name entered. You better check to make sure you're entering these, correctly into
you gotta make sure you're entering.
I didn't see your name in the last one. All right, cool. So, speaking of which, they have a special coupon for our audience, and it's ETR25 for 25% off of your orders in any of their games, and this offer is valid until January 18th of 2021.
Right after the show.
That's going to be right after the show.
Yeah, so don't watch our show first, then go to their website.
Yeah. But that's great, because that's a good start for 2021.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of escape rooms.
Yeah. So obviously, we are big fans of them ourselves. Which room and company was this birthday present that you spoke of that sent you on this road of no return and turned you into these escape room addicts?
Actually, the birthday present thing was done by Orsi herself. So she designed
made it up in one of our.
Oh,
she made so she hid my birthday present away, and upstairs in our house she kind of took over 2 of the rooms and just converted it into an escape room because we just hadn't been to an escape room for a while. So yeah, so it was like we'd been talking about building escape rooms for what, good 5-6 years now, and it's really hard to find space to do it where you can properly do it. And so yeah, this was quite the pushover for us then, because when I played it I was like, okay, there's there's maybe potential in this thought beyond just thinking about it. So yeah, so it was pretty much her brain coming up with the whole idea of doing it.
Oh wow, so you did like a unique one that nobody else would ever get to play.
Nobody ever played it before. Nobody would ever play it again.
That's so fun.
Orsi, did he get out? Or is he still?
We did.
I did. I did find my present, so that's what counts. I don't know if I managed to get out. I'm still in the house, so.
He was a little doubtful about what's going to wait for him in the escape room, but after a couple of puzzles, he was like, okay, so where's the one? Where's the next? Where's the puzzle? Where's the clue? Yeah.
How many hints did he use?
I think in the beginning I used a few, but
yes. In the beginning it was hard on the clues.
It was actually a little hard to figure out that wait, you actually made a full-on escape room at home for me to kind of find my present. It took a while to get into that mindset, and once I got there, then it was really cool.
I think it's really weird when you make it in your own house, because then he went upstairs and he knew everything, like the cabinet he knew where it was, and he knew where the chairs were and everything. So it's like, where should I look? I mean, I know everything, right?
Yeah. That's what we were. I was gonna do that for Brandon one day. I was gonna lock up the bathroom.
Yeah,
taught him the code because I was getting a little too crazy into quarantine time, and then I was like, maybe if he can't figure out his password, he's gonna have to use the public bathroom sometime.
But the really thing that she did there, where we have this chess set that folds up and closes really nicely, and she did clues inside there. So that was not the most obvious immediate thing to find, because I was like, well, there's a chess set there that's always sitting there, so...
And I made sure that it's set exactly the same way as usually.
Oh, wow.
Using a little bit of a...
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so from your profiles, it sounds like you have your work divided out for you already based on your specialties. Does Anuj do all the website programming and all the tech stuff, and Orsi, you do all the narratives, or who does the puzzle design?
I do most of the puzzles, but it's really a very big symbiosis, because I come up with the very raw idea of, okay, this is exciting, and then he's like,
not really.
Yeah. And then the other way around, then it's like, yeah, I had a really cool idea, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, so typically, it's interesting, right? Because for us, some of the puzzle ideas, for example, for the second game, it started literally with me wanting to make a newspaper. I was like, I want to make a newspaper. And then we were like, all right, let's see how we can fit a newspaper into the game. What can we do with it? And then the story kind of started unfolding out of there. And then it's just this back and forth where we keep pushing each other. I'm like, okay, I have this idea for the story, and then Orsi's like, okay, I came up with this idea for the puzzle. How can we fit this together? Does it fit together? And so sometimes we actually have puzzles just filed away because we have cool ideas.
We're waiting for the right story for them.
But no story yet.
That's cool. I mean, like, you basically, give some ideas from each other to make the best game. And that's what teams are about.
Yeah. Felipe says he can't wait to play the scattered cards on his birthday next week.
Yay! Happy birthday!
That's a nice birthday present.
It's a good birthday present right there. All right, so I mean, is this the first game you have ever created for the public? Like, what would you say were some of your obstacles and challenges?
That's a really interesting one. I think looking back now, especially having done 2 games already and jumped into essentially the 3.5 at the moment. With the first one, the biggest challenge was it was easy to kind of jump in and be like, okay, this is the standard type of puzzle we can throw in, it's okay. And then halfway through the game, we start realizing that, but that doesn't keep it interesting. And then thinking about puzzles as solvers versus building them for me was quite a challenge, because as a solver, you think it a different way, and when you're building it, you think from a very different perspective. So what I realized is what as a builder might be obvious, it's like, well, why wouldn't you solve it like that? But when somebody's looking at it from another perspective, trying to solve it, it's like, wait, what was this guy thinking? Why did you even do this? So
I literally had that problem that I made a puzzle which I thought it was absolutely solid, and I gave it to him. It's like, okay, solve it. And then he took it and literally turned it around. I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? It's like, well, this is the right way to look at it. It's like, no.
Yeah. So that takes that's quite interesting, and I have a background in teaching, and so that's sometimes I push Orsi that, look, it's clear in your head, but you need to translate it for the other person to understand what they kind of need to do.
Yeah.
Because, they're not in your mindset, so we have to attack this from other perspectives, and I think that's really challenging, putting ourselves into several different mindsets, because there are the super hardcore puzzlers who will figure something out like instantly because they've looked at something before, but then we found that we are getting a lot of non-puzzlers who are starting to play our games, and we need to kind of balance it out for them as well so that they're not lost altogether.
Yeah, so I think that is an obstacle for a lot of creators to have it ready for everybody to play.
The public audience, like how do you get that level of difficulty to mind the right amount?
Yeah.
It's very challenging. Jason said that he's played your games before and he can say it's awesome.
Hey!
Nice. So if you could do something differently from when you first started, what would it be?
I would buy different kind of envelopes. We already did.
Yes. Oh my god.
It was in the very beginning. It was like, okay, we're going to buy envelopes, and then that's it. And then you just look for a good deal on it, and then you buy it, and then you try it on. It's like, well, you can't send it back anymore. And, so there are a lot of little things, mostly in the organizational and logistics part of it that we didn't know in the very beginning. So we learned with every game that we made, and every time we printed them, we learned something new.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the logistics especially is a learning curve, because neither of us has a background in building or selling a physical product before. Right. And putting that together, making sure it can be packaged and shipped, designing the packaging, designing the artwork, all of that was quite the learning experience.
Yeah.
And I think with each game we've done, all of that has been getting better. I know that when you guys got your copies of the games to play, that even the envelope doesn't look the same anymore. It's just completely changed. So since you guys haven't
upped it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, that's like double the size of the envelope we got.
So that's what I meant. That in the very beginning, it was just like, okay, let's get it out there and see how people like it or not like it, and then in the meanwhile, we're like, this looks a little raw.
Yeah. I'm also feeling like internationally the shipping is kind of rough with the handlers. They don't really think that like, oh, it's a puzzle, please be careful with this package.
We actually got that feedback as well, that it's actually a very thin envelope,
which is why this happened. So that was step number 2. So now we are packaging them inside these food grade bags.
Right.
We want to encourage people to not throw away stuff. At least that's something we really like. So now we are packaging them in these bags and then putting them inside recyclable envelopes to ship them out. But so
learning curve,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Envelopes, and they're like, mine came and everything is fine, but the envelope was damaged in shipping, and I was really afraid, what if something fell out? Or if it's
The weather and everything, so.
Yeah.
Really
And actually said they played 2 games already. The story of both the games are very gripping, and the puzzles are challenging, and the props are awesome and very creative. Can't wait. They're waiting anxiously for the 3rd one now, as I'm sure a lot of other fans are as well.
Yeah.
So we wanted to actually kind of make this an exclusive on the show for those who are watching.
Okay.
There's a little poster in the back, so that's another thing that evolved over time, and we haven't quite decided. We're trying to figure out what we'll do with these posters. Maybe we'll get to that eventually. But the 3rd game is called the Submerged Sentinel, and it's a very maritime theme. There's an experimental submarine that's lost in the ocean. You have to kind of find it, and but there's a pretty big twist in there, so I don't want to spoil it.
I love the artwork on all 3 posters that you guys have. Like, it's very, very cool.
Yeah. I like how he's framing it. He's like, a winner is gonna get our signature.
Yeah, there you go. Collectibles.
He's framing them.
That's sort of where we are going with this. So
But we don't know if this could actually cut it on the pin market.
Yeah, we hint for somebody who's probably watching. Maybe no pins, but maybe posters. End of every season of 6 games, we might have a collectible set of posters for people, something like that.
Right.
Find that out.
But if you really want to win their hearts, you're gonna do pins.
Oh, there you go. Just say the word pins, we know Andrew is gonna call you right away.
Definitely a honey for some.
So Eric, the discount won't work until after you watch the show.
Yeah,
so
after
be
the
patient
show
and watch the entire show.
Right. Yeah. And then Jason wants to know, can they use the code to get the 3rd one?
Yep.
Yes, it will. The 3rd game will go live for sales by the middle of January. So you'll still have at least 3 days to order it with the code.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Or you can set up a pre-order and people can get it now.
I will release the game for pre-order on the 1st of January. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, and look, you just got Angela's attention and Brandon's attention. All the pin people are coming in now.
Pins!
You might consider doing a pin at some point as well for these people, for all these people.
All right, so that was actually my next question.
Yeah.
So with the holidays fast approaching, Enigma Fellowship brings their gifts of 3 games for 3 winners for a show.
Wow, 3 games.
We will draw the winners 1 by 1 per each game in order, so there'll be no selection on which game you'll get. But you will be able to get a better chance of winning because now you have 3 winners.
But they have to do something. What do they have to do?
You have to type in, "I'm a fellow, ship me my Enigma."
I'm a fellow, ship me my Enigma.
Good one.
So type that into the chat box and you will be entered into the raffles for a chance to win one of their games.
Yeah.
And remember, once again, there will be 3 winners because they have 3 games. And if you missed this live chat, our video will be posted on YouTube and IGTV for you to watch at your convenience at a later time. You can also enter the phrase in there before the show airs on episode 33, which is on January 15th, which will announce the winners then. So remember that date, and yeah. And now let's talk about your games. We really like the audio option that you gave in along with the reading option in every scene. So you actually added sound effects like planes, footsteps. Are you guys the voices behind these narrations?
Or she does the narration, but then for pieces where somebody's speaking, that character speaks, we're actually hiring voice actors to do those parts. Because, we want to give the feel of kind of listening to an audiobook at the same time, right? Okay. So that you feel like you're going, that you're not just solving a puzzle, but you're kind of living through an experience of a story at the same time. Right. So that's why we have the voice actors there as well.
It makes it a little bit more real as such a game can be.
Orsi, you have such a good narrating voice, though. It's so soothing, though.
He loved it.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, wow. I feel like, and then you have like sounds and music in the background.
He fell asleep. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know what she's talking
about. So if you need ever a rapper in your storyline.
Oh, we said this time and time again.
Here's your voice actor.
We're big. I don't know if you guys caught them anywhere, but we are really big on Easter eggs. There's tons of Easter eggs in our games. So if you're open to that, we might actually consider a rapper a character, and that might happen.
Yeah, fit him in somehow. What's your next question?
So, I mean, we always love the concept of using envelopes to reveal more stories. It feels like they actually feel like doors, each envelope.
Yeah.
And as you solve one puzzle to another, we see that you use this concept in your first 2 games. Do you think it's something that you'll be using for the upcoming episodes as well?
Yes, to some extent at least. I especially think that it works as a really good tool when you're gatekeeping a twist, right? Because even in the second story, in the first one we don't really have a major twist, but there's like a break point. But in the second story, without giving it away, there's kind of a twist that happens at a point. And having these broken envelopes really helps us, keep that twist hidden away for quite a while. So
it helps control the flow of
and it helps,
a little bit.
Exactly, and helps control the flow as well. So I think they'll make an appearance, I would say. So we are thinking of our games as seasons. So the first 6 games will be our season 1. And for this season, we will definitely have a similar format. When we go to season 2, we might experiment with something different. We have a few ideas for that.
We'll see what the feedback is on this one.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
Amy Elizabeth Dugan said she played The Lost Knowledge on Thursday. Very much enjoyed it, especially the last puzzle.
Oh, good.
Really looking forward to playing the scattered cards soon. Amy, we played them back to back, so we binge played them. And
Really?
You guys were extreme. Yes,
I know.
Puzzlers.
we were your best friends. Yes.
Honestly, we do not recommend that to anybody because our games take 2 hours. It's like you need a 2-hour commitment. I will admit that. We started out thinking we'll make an hour-long game. And we couldn't tell the story in an hour and fit anything in an hour. So please don't try that. It's
Please put it on the envelopes. Do not try this at home. Just do it at 2 hours, not back to back.
That's great.
I like that.
So I mean, you've talked about some embedded Easter eggs from the Lost Knowledge in the scatter card games. Are we expecting a meta puzzle at some point? I know you can play them separately without prior knowledge from each other, but all these episodes connected in some ways.
In subtle cues, perhaps. If you've paid attention in the second game, there is a callback to the first game, a very minor one. So we might have a callback like this, but we don't want to connect the story together, at least because we want people to be able to pick up any gameplay and not feel that like they're lost. That said, our, let's say, main character from the first game, Professor McEwen, he's definitely going to be making a comeback at some point. We already have at least 2 to 3 storylines in our mind that we want to do with him. So it will not be directly connected to the first game, but it will be somewhat connected.
But no news to anyone who's not a history buff, it's not going to happen this season.
No. We have very different...
One history story per season is enough, I think.
So, yeah.
Too much. And when we first opened up, like I think they were like that document, there were like maybe 8 or 9 pages, and I was like, all right, Ben, I'll see you in 2 hours. I gotta read all of the stuff.
Oh, I gotta go do something.
Yeah. Okay. And then it was like, oh wait, come back. You don't need to read all of that.
Yeah.
So the thing is with that, my background is in computer science. I used to be a scientist. I actually used to work at a university for several years, and so when we built the game, we wanted to keep it very grounded in reality. And in a professor's office, that is exactly what you would find. You would find stacks of actual research papers. So I went out there. I looked for research papers that were connected to our story in some way, and then pulled out just a couple of those pages, put them together just to give it more of a real feel. But yeah, you don't have to read the whole research paper unless, I don't think for that, but...
I mean, they're real, so...
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's one reason to read it.
I don't think you'll ever get there, but okay.
If you cannot fall asleep. 2 paragraphs.
Maybe if Orsi actually narrated.
I read the cartoon. I read the cartoon part.
That'd be maybe. Yeah. So, look, Eric said that they're the...
Nice try.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for noting. Like, I've already won, guys.
Nice try.
Nice. Okay, so
Yeah, as you know, we have so many creators that that you've watched come on to our previous shows. Were there any of them that provided you with some inspiration that you'd like to give a shout out to?
We are pretty big fans of Escape the Crate. They were one of the first at-home experiences that we got to play. And I think you'll see that especially the first game has I feel that it has a lot of inspiration from their kind of experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it was absolutely a blast, hearing Chris talk last week, because it really means a lot to us to see his journey, where how he started and where he's reached.
Right.
So yeah, he's quite inspirational, and honestly, the last 2 months that we've been now doing this, the Facebook groups for the puzzle creators, honestly, everybody has been amazing feedback. The game started out as something very different 2 months ago compared to where it got, and it's all because of the feedback everybody gave us. So since we are new to this, we are really listening to everybody. The smallest complaint you have about the game, please tell us. I mean,
or improvement idea.
Yeah, or an improvement idea, exactly.
It's not necessarily a complaint, but you could make it a bit better. Like
exactly. It might take us a few weeks to work through that, because we need to figure out how to fit it into the story, not break the experience, the rest of it. But I think every feedback we've gotten so far, we've gone back and fixed it in some way. Mm-hmm. So we are really, really. So basically, every creator and player is inspiration to us right now.
Yeah, that's definitely a big happy family in there in that Facebook group for sure.
Yeah.
And like Jason said, if you want to win over their hearts, just give them some pins.
Jason, you're starting some trouble here.
Season 2 will involve pins.
We'll see. Are you providing them?
Maybe pins.
Puzzles on the pins. We're going to make pin puzzles.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
There you go, Angela. Yeah.
Look, Angela just wrote, as a creator, she really loved watching their journey, because you can really tell that they appreciate all the feedback and suggestions.
Thank you very much, Angela.
And then she followed up with pins.
Yeah.
Be alerted somehow. Yeah. All right. So, what is the future in for Enigma Fellowship? Is there anything new in the works right now that you can announce here?
Besides
the new game, yeah.
In terms of announcements, yes, I know people on our mailing list got a mail from us a couple of weeks ago about a free mini game that we are going to do for Christmas, which we are going to be releasing in the next couple of hours. So. Yeah, we'll make announcements on our Facebook page and so on as soon as it's live. But, for those who are here, if you are not on our mailing list, sign up, because we'll make an email blast about it as soon as it's live as well.
And it's going to be a little Christmas special.
Yeah, it's
a mini game.
It's a mini game. It is not like the other experiences that we have. It still has enough puzzles. It still has story, but there's no audio narration, for example. But I think it leaves you with a happy Christmassy feeling at the end. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's always great.
Yeah.
Brandon said that he can confirm that you guys were great on feedback.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And someone else loves you? Many
yeah, loves you.
Great. All right. So, and here I am again with all these terminologies.
We have
okay.
a lot to.
So, before we go into our Think or Drink segment today, we just wanted to remind everybody that from our last episode 30, in our post-edit videos, they will that these will be like post-edited in the future too. That would be posted on our YouTube. There is going to be an embedded letter or number in each episode, and if you write down all of them by episode 50, you should be able to form like a phrase or a question. So, if you email us the correct answer, you'll be entered into the raffle for Escape Room in a Box game from Epic Escape. There's 3 escape games in one box valued at £99. I'm not sure if anybody played that one yet. We haven't even opened ours yet. So be sure to return to those post-edited videos in our YouTube to find those embedded secret letters and numbers.
Yeah, if you were watching last episode, the first letter is already out.
Yeah,
so
it should be pretty okay to find.
Also, they're offering a discount too for Epic Escapes. to the end of the year. If you type in Escape the Rumors, 20% off for that 3-in-1 escape room in a box.
3-in-1, my God, how long is that going to take us?
Yeah. It's a really nice box though. We haven't opened it, but from the outside it looks
pretty
great.
Yeah.
So before we get into it, what do you guys have to drink over there?
So I don't drink alcohol at all. So I have my favorite. It's a German cola. It's called Fritz Cola.
Ooh.
And it's really good. It's from actually from our neighboring city, from Hamburg. We live in Bremen, and Hamburg is like literally our neighboring city. And yeah, so this is my favorite cola. I literally cannot drink it.
Does it taste like Coca-Cola, or there's a different taste to it?
It's not as sweet, and it's a stronger cola flavor. It's very strong on caffeine.
I think I need that.
Yeah.
I typically need as well because I work really weird hours. So
Actually, just the normal version. They have one which is with added coffee and
Yeah.
double caffeine, and it's like
With the German cola mixed with coffee. Wow, you must
Yeah.
be bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, that's how they create like the next 3 episodes in one day.
pretty much.
Season 2 is done. I drank the cola and the coffee, and I'm done with season 2.
yep.
Orsi, what do you have to drink over there?
Okay, so for me, dear Rui, if you're watching, then thank you very much. We have a dear friend in Portugal who gives my Porto stash alive.
That's a beautiful bottle, yeah.
Wow.
Really cute. And then he told me that it's actually okay and encouraged to be drunk with ice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which was quite a learning experience for us.
I know.
We've never seen wine being had with ice, but apparently Porto in Portugal is had with ice. So
Interesting. So is that like a red or?
yeah, it looks dark.
Tawny. So this was
Okay.
That's a pretty bottle for
That's a
wine.
very nice bottle,
It
yeah.
looks more like whiskey.
doesn't make the Jack Sparrow's noise. There's no squeaking.
Yeah, but he drinks from the full bottle.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, I can't do that.
Yes, and he still needs to make games. Okay.
All right,
cool.
so we're about to play our game, which is called
Eat or drink.
Take a Drink.
All right.
All right, so
Our first
we're
two
drinking.
questions are going to be from Lost Knowledge, and our last two plus a bonus question from the Scatter game.
Right.
Because talk Scatter cards. Sorry.
But what we're drinking is, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Actually, it looks like it's from Germany. Maybe you can confirm it. Burger Spital.
Burgerspital.
Oh,
Okay. What is
From
it?
Wolfsburg.
So this is wine, and I think this is the first time we're drinking wine on the show.
Yeah.
I'm also going to
You mean this is the first time you're not drinking anything fruity?
I haven't been drinking anything. Well, last
I mean,
drink.
anything pink. Last time. Yeah.
Drinking something pink.
no.
Last time there were like 4 different bottles, and one of them was pink.
Yeah.
You guys, stop paying attention so much to our show, okay? All right, so the way that we play Think or Drink is we ask our guests questions. They have 10.
You actually got a lot of fans in here that played your games before. Maybe they can help you.
Oh, well, are the questions hard enough that they need help, or?
I don't know. They never help, so they
I think I'm gonna leave this interview drunk, George. Knowing what you do in these drinks. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. So
This week.
they have 10 seconds from after we ask the question, and if they get it right, then I will be drinking this Burger Spital. If they get it wrong, they're going to be drinking what they have in front of them right there. All right. Question number 1, Cece is starting it off.
So,
Oops, sorry. What? Oh, I cheated.
oh
Here
my
we
god,
go.
you cheated. Okay, so there are 4 postcards in that game, the Lost Knowledge. Can you name all the locations?
Yes. Do you want the countries or the actual
And
monument?
the locations.
So it's the soldiers in China. In Xi'an, exactly.
Hey, time's up.
Yeah. Well,
Alright, we'll let you finish. It was a lot to say.
Yeah, that's a lot.
yeah. So there's soldiers from Xi'an in China. There is
Egypt.
the
Luxor. No.
Yeah, there's
Luxor.
Luxor and from Egypt. There is Chichen Itza from Mexico.
And
What was the last one?
And Greece,
Athens.
exactly. And it's the Acropolis from Athens.
Alright.
Ah, great job.
And here's a little Easter egg. Those pictures are actually taken by us.
They are? You're so
Oh,
right.
those are beautiful pictures. Yeah.
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 Those days when you can travel, you think back and you're like,
That's actually how it's like.
See, that's what happens, right? You get locked at home and you go crazy enough and you start making crazy puzzles.
yeah.
The try is really delicious.
Does this taste like burger? If not, then no.
No, it tastes like spit towel.
The first burger actually means citizen. So kind of.
Oh,
okay.
That's what it means. Okay.
It's delicious, by the way. Thank you, Burger Spittow, for
Burger
well, you didn't
Spittow.
provide this for us, but thank you for putting this out for us to try. It's great.
Cool.
Our second question for you is, now you guys are getting the hang of it, how old is Takaya Asano?
Okay.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. There's time.
Nope.
I want to try.
Would you care to venture a guess?
Alright, the oldest is Hannah.
Yeah, oldest is Hannah.
Someone is in 91, someone is in 80 something. I really
Yeah,
don't know.
He's 80 something, I want to say.
Hey, Amy, you just played. Oh, is this from the first one or the second one?
That was from the first one.
Amy, you just played.
No one said that, yeah. All right, he was born in 1981, so he's 39.
39.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's
Oh my gosh, she should have guessed. She's like, oh my god, I
No,
got
it's
the right one.
Pretty close. All right, here we go. The third question for you is.
All right, the translation of two-star constellations in pairs of stars. What is the identification?
What?
She's like, what is that in our game? That constellation picture, and then you have the translation for it for two-star constellation, which is called pair of stars. What are those two pairs called?
Wasn't there the Geminis?
The two pairs? No,
I don't know.
yeah, I'm not sure either.
Yeah, there were like almost like 30 items on there.
Yeah, exactly. We might be able to remember the important ones, but not
Those
the
can't be revealed, so I can't ask about that.
Yeah, we can't ask about
The
those.
answer is Castor and Pollux.
That's it. Yeah, I told you. Those are actually the signs for Gemini. I learned this in this game making that. So the couple is the Gemini, but they actually have names. It's not just those are the Geminis.
I know, I was looking for Gemini. I was like, wait, who is this Castor and Pollux?
I know.
Another knowledge bank.
Yeah,
put
you never
into
know
the-
when you're gonna be on Jeopardy, so.
Looking at how this game is going, it's not gonna help me there either.
By the way, do not count on Amy. She said she's been sleeping since then. All right.
amazing.
Oh, and then Angela said that. Oops, sorry. Brandon said it's a Greek myth, and Angela said those are the names in the Hunger Games.
Oh,
Oh, I actually didn't remember that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Really? Wow.
Okay.
Now we'll go watch back.
All right. So, question number 4 for you is: in the personnel list, what is Todd Volkman's assignment?
There's about 35 people on that list.
we can guess. Corruption?
When you both can guess one.
Yeah. Go for another choice, because that was one.
Go.
Save him, Orsi.
Come on, come on.
I don't know. I actually cannot remember a single department name right now.
Investigation.
Effect of the alcohol.
That's some strong checkup.
The dumb thing is, that is a list that Orsi made. That's not mine.
Oh, so you're like, free from everything. He's like, you can't blame me.
Birthdays.
Yeah,
So
I made the birth dates in the first one. That was mine. So I'm
All right, forgive it.
Should we give it to them?
Yeah, it's called the ballistics.
The answer is
He was in the
ballistics.
ballistics department.
I would have put him in questions. So no.
How's that Pacheco?
Yeah, are you almost done with your drink?
I'm glad I put so much ice in it.
She's like, I'm sipping now.
Rob.
So we do have our next question is the fifth question is
All right. On one of the grocery lists, how much is one vanilla ice cream cost?
oh they got this one.
4:30.
Anuj, do you have an answer?
210.
Orsi was
I feel like this
closer.
is like price list is right.
I know it's like Orsi, you had all the right digits. They were in the wrong place.
And
3:40.
340.
340 was
I'm gonna drink with you. We'll drink together
Yeah, because that was
you had all the digits right.
Yeah, so
Cheers.
nice. For Price is Right, though, I think she would have gotten it too.
But
Right?
I was
90 cents difference. Cool.
so far nobody noticed in the receipts. If you read out, or let's say you can read out the first letters of the items.
Easter egg.
Okay, I gotta go back to do that now. I just noticed vanilla ice cream. That's all I saw.
No, our eyes were like, no ice cream.
I'll drop another one for everybody here because most people will probably never follow through on this one. On the newspaper, on the last page, there is a hidden puzzle not relevant to the game. But it will get you something special if you solve it.
So, is that the Sudoku one?
Yes, the Sudoku is part of it.
Okay.
That is more of a meta puzzle. Several things fit together to solve that.
Alright, because I saw some.
That's all me. I was evil there. It was like, how much trouble can I put people into here? So.
Well, someone takes your challenge. Jamie's like, challenge accepted.
Oh, awesome.
All right, we do have a bonus question for you. Let's see what we can do here. I'm not even going to tweak it because you're going to need all your scruples to get this one right. Okay, so the missing Lieutenant Pierce's last name. Please give it to us using the Caesar cipher, right shift of 1. I'm not even going to time you on this.
Right shift 1. So
Wait.
C, B, S, O, F.
One more.
F, and T.
Yes! Wow!
Oh my
You
god!
know what? You deserve a toast for that one. Cheers, seriously.
That was great. Well, look, he tried it for you on that one.
Great job. Thank you so much for playing Think and Drink with us.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh no, it is the wine.
It might actually be helping you out with these answers.
I think we're going to plan a couple of puzzles tonight.
Take a break. All right. So once again, everyone that's joined late, the discount code for 25% off of the purchases of their games is valid until January 18, 2021 by using the code ETR25. Okay, and then if you want to win one of their games, enter the phrase "I'm a fellowship me my Enigma" into the chat box. And anywhere below this interview or a post-edit one. So, and everyone, this is the last show for us for this year, but we want to wish you a happy holiday, and we really look forward to seeing you again in 2021.
We'll see you before that.
Well, yeah, we do have our December 30th
Bullseye Awards ceremony show for the awards announcements.
So our first show for Behind the Masterminds will air on January 8th with the co-creators of Shine On Collectives, Marley. I know a few of you were talking about her, that game in the puzzle group.
Yeah.
So you look forward to seeing her on our show. So if you like our show, please don't forget to share with your friends and family and help us by giving us a like and subscribe in our YouTube channel. And thank you, Anuj and Orsi from Enigma Fellowship for joining us today and using their phrase, "Good luck, players. May the truth be revealed to you via knowledge and perseverance."
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.
You too. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
We'll see you at the award show.
Yes.
Left for me to choose, 2 hits left for me to use, 1 hit left for me to move. Time is running out, gotta figure something out. 3 hits left for me to choose, 2 hits left for me to use, 1 hit left for me to move. Time is running out, gotta figure something out.